Welcome to Hollywood Unapologetic. My name is Orlando Delbert. I wanted to speak a little bit about the 4 basic business entities you should know about in the new Hollywood generation. Yesterday I spent the day with some friends who are talented singer-songwriters. They recently did some collaborating for an established musical artist. The conversation touched upon creative process, branding, contracts, copyright ownerships, music licensing, and legal protection of lyrics. We spent a lot of time discussing the importance of setting up a business entity and how that can provide legal protection. Today I receive a text message from one of the friends I just mentioned. She tells me the artist whom they collaborated with is securing financing for a tour, and they want to put them in the studio to produce an EP or album and take them on the tour with them. Without getting into too much detail about those involved, I wanted to share this because since they are about to embark on a highly likely set of events that could change their careers and their lives, setting up a business entity is very much needed as soon as possible. The information I have shared with them I'd like to also share with you. I want to share the 4 basic business entities one should consider to protect you and your work as content creators. And as part of the new Hollywood generation, this is relative because no matter what medium you work in, you are going to need to be protected legally by the many charlatans and sharks in suits waiting to take advantage of the naive and inexperienced. So let's begin. The first business entity is called a DBA. A DBA is also known as a sole proprietorship, doing business as, or a fictitious name. A DBA is a business that is not separate from its owner. It is just under a different name the business uses to operate under. Your DBA is easy to set up and maintain. However, the owner is personally liable for the company and all of its debt. All of the income is added to the owner's personal tax returns. The owner is also personally liable in a lawsuit. This means that personal assets like your home and car can be at risk. The second business entity is called a regular corporation or C corporation. Some of the benefits of having a corporation is that it's a separate legal entity that can shield the owners from personal liability and company debt. The corporation can enter into contracts, buy real estate, and can raise money by the transferring of stock. It can also continue on if there is a selling to another owner. And there are tax advantages. Many business expenses can be deducted that other legal entities are not able to do. There's also a lot more to a corporation, which I didn't want to get into today, but I will mention this is the oldest and most successful type of business entity. The third business entity is called an S corporation. Once a corporation has been formed, it can choose to have an S corporation status, and what that means is that the company would be taxed like a partnership or sole proprietorship rather than a corporation. The income earned goes to the company's shareholders. This means that the profits and losses can be added to the shareholders' personal tax returns without having to pay taxes on profits once, then again when they are given back to the shareholders as income. This is known as double taxation. An S corporation is an ideal choice for a single person-owned company. The fourth business entity is called a limited liability company. Think of a limited liability company as a combination of a corporation and a partnership. Profits and losses are added to the owner's personal tax returns, much like a sole proprietorship and partnership. There are fewer formalities than a corporation, but has the liability protection of a corporation. So it's a corporation with less complicated taxation protocols and stock familiarities. What's cool about a limited liability company is the operating agreement. Very much like a business plan, the rules on how the company will operate are set and can be modified as its business grows. An LLC is also the business entity of choice for small business startups. What's cool is no matter which type of corporation entity you choose, this is an important first step to starting your business, and as a content creator, you are in the business of you. Before I go, I wanted to mention a couple of things. The purpose of setting up a corporation is to reduce your personal liability. It's a layer of protection to help shield you and your shareholders from accrued business debt and lawsuits. And depending on which type of corporation entity you have, it can deduct expenses and reduce taxes. It also adds credibility to your brand. The longer your corporation exists, the more credibility it communicates. And that is essential for building a business credit line. So even if you have not so great credit, your corporation can establish its own credit profile separate from your own. Your company would be able to receive loans and lines of credit you would not be able to obtain as an individual, often with better interest rates. Everything I've mentioned is just touching the surface of what your options are. But I offer these choices as a starting point to help you with your research. And as I've mentioned before, as content creators, you need to protect yourself and what you create from those pesky charlatans and sharks in suits, and believe me, they are out there just waiting. Good luck, and go for it. The world is greatly influenced by what is seen on the screen and heard on the radio. Let's be the new Hollywood generation. Let's give them something that will drive everyone to do something bigger, to make a positive difference in the world. And something I'd like to leave you with. We are all in it together. Each and every one of you is an important part of our future. You are important to the lives of those who surround you. You're important to your communities. You're important to our industry. And no matter what, remain optimistic and focused on your goal. Never stop believing in yourself. Always remember, you are the key to your own success. Take a breath, move forward. Together, let's create a revival, a resurgence of Hollywood, and bring back the auteur to cinema. Be an active part of the new Hollywood generation. You are a representative of the new Hollywood generation. And please, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos and share, and also follow us on Twitter. Interviews are coming. You are a representative of the new Hollywood generation. Join Hollywood Unapologetic in our quest to positively empower one another, to empower our industry as we speak openly to industry professionals about the true pursuit of our Hollywood dreams and in life. Hollywood Unapologetic is a continuation of the Pollyanna's tear-soaked Battlefields of Hollywood, a survival guide against the cynicism and the hypocritical series of books designed to help you better prepare for success. It is now our time to strive to be a better version of ourselves and to be inclusive of one another. We, as a community, can grow together and be the change our industry needs. We can find unity together and be the change our future needs. We are the new Hollywood generation. Welcome to Hollywood Unapologetic.